Hi, I'm Rob from Broco, and this is Antihero Online.
This is the last full cross-country run of Vans Warped Tour. How are you guys feeling, and how are you guys kind of holding up with the demand of Warped Tour?
I mean, we were struggling big time a few days ago, and then I think we just kind of hit the wall and just managed to get through it. But yeah, it's a long old tour. It's the longest tour we've ever done, the longest run of shows. I'm sure a lot of the bands have probably been moaning about it before me. 20 shows in a row, it was kind of nuts, and I think we're on the 18th show today.
Everybody else said 19. So
maybe we're 19. Yeah, that's right. That's right. We are on 19.
The exhaustion.
Yeah. Maths was never my strong suit anyway. But no, that's right. We are on 19. But it kind of feels like now it's almost like we've been looking forward to this one day off for, it's probably about 3 days in a row. And now it's feeling like, okay, we can do this. We can get through it. It's a strenuous tour. It's like physically, mentally pretty exhausting, but it's also so much fun. The kind of most fun you can have on tour is Warped Tour. So I think that is what is holding everyone strong and getting people through it.
And what are you guys kind of doing collectively as a band to get through the 20 days straight?
I think it's just making the most out of anything around that can break up the day. So a lot of the sites, there's not a load to do. There's you're sort of maybe out in a car park, or amphitheaters don't have loads of stuff around them. They're not always in the cities, but when there is something to do, you make the most. That's what we do. We try and make the most of it. If we can get into town, we'll head into town, grab some food. Yesterday, was insane. They had a swimming pool backstage, so we spent pretty much the whole day in the swimming pool, and you kind of even forgot that you were, on this grueling tour. You're looking around, you're hearing the music, but you're just, got this beautiful sunshine shining down on you. Floats, you're just paddling around, cracking open the beers. That was one day. That's the only day we've had that this tour. But that's like an example of when, if there's something at your fingertips that you can do to keep the days fresh, then do it. And there's loads of different things. Like, if you don't have that available, there's so many cool bands to hang out with. There's loads of different kind of aspects of Warped to do. You can go drinking one night, you can play some games. I played Werewolf for the first time the other day, which is, this kind of legendary Warped Tour game, which is like I don't know if you play. I've never played it before. We don't have it in the UK, I don't think. It's like a campfire game where you're on different teams, and it's kind of complicated, but it's really fun. So there's a lot to do to kind of, keep you busy.
And with the void that Warped Tour is going to be leaving behind, especially with the new up-and-coming bands, and them kind of using this as an opportunity to cut their teeth and get into the industry and gain a name, how do you think the industry will have to recover from this?
It's that's a really good question. It's a really hard to know, thinking about that, because just from our perspective, it's the first time we've ever done Warped Tour as a band, and just already like the people who've heard about us, and the people talking about us, and the awareness of who Don Broco are is already, we can already feel the effects of it, and it's amazing. And there's nothing like this in the rest of the world. There's nothing like this in the UK, there's nothing like this in Europe, and it's something really, really special, and an amazing way for bands to almost accelerate their career and just reach so many more people so quickly. So I hope that it can carry on in another form, because it's just an amazing opportunity for bands and fans. So yeah, I mean, either they'll scale back the shows. I'm hoping that'll be what happens, and it's just like a few less shows, and it'll carry on and not be like the full cross country, but still hitting up a lot of places. Or if there's a different format, it could maybe take the form of big shows, just massive, a few, maybe like 3 or 4 just absolutely massive Warped Tours around the country that hopefully then people will travel to, maybe turn it into like a 3-day festival where there's just a ton of bands, and they travel around the country in that way. Who knows? I'm sure Kevin's got some sort of scheme, or something up his sleeves that he's not telling anyone. But yeah, Warped Tour can't die. It's too good to just go away.
And talking about the memories that you're going to take away from this, for you, what is the most memorable moment that you're going to carry away with you once the festival's done?
I mean, there's been so many kind of moments. I think it's hard to pick just one, but being invited to sing on stage with Simple Plan in Toronto, was a real moment. It was such an amazing festival that day. Simple Plan, obviously being from Canada and playing this hometown crowd, which was just as far as the eye could see. It was thousands and thousands of people. Beautiful time of the day. It was kind of the end of the day. The sun was just setting, and I'll never forget that. That was a real special moment.
And kind of stepping away from Warped Tour, talking about the band a little bit. You guys recently released an album. Are there any plans of you guys going back into the studio anytime soon, or are you guys kind of dabbling around in some new music?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of just going to be writing as we go along. Really, that's after we kind of tried that out on our last album. We just had the mentality now, any free time we've got, any downtime between tours, we're just going to get in the studio, get ideas flowing, get jamming new riffs, new melodies, whether they turn into songs or not. It's kind of, it's luck of the draw really. You never know, no pressure on it, but just keep working on stuff. So when we go back, we've got a little bit of time. We play Reading and Leeds Festival in the UK. We head to Europe for a bit, and we won't be coming back to the States till kind of early-ish next year. So we should find ourselves like a month or two to hopefully get some new ideas going.
And what did you guys learn from the previous release, and what do you want to kind of carry over into this new release and the new stuff that you guys are working on?
I think just to have fun with it. We had a lot of fun writing our last album. We didn't set ourselves any kind of boundaries or any kind of real structure to the process. It was literally just, you're recording on your laptop, you're recording it in the studio, you're recording it on the road. Any time you have, be productive with it, and just don't lose sight of the enjoyment of as soon as something becomes tiring, and some songs are hard to write and you can spend ages just knocking your head against the wall doing it. As soon as that happens, just switch off, have a break, just write a different song. And I think on our previous album, sometimes we'd spend too long worrying about stuff and having to finish this and make it right. And you don't need to do that. You can put stuff aside, you come back to it in a few months, a few years even. Hear about bands just rediscovering old demos they started and then finishing them off years later. So that's something that we tried to do on our last record, and we'll definitely carry on.
And where do you guys want to go musically? Now that you've got a little bit of experience, how do you want to evolve the band?
That I do not know. I genuinely have got no idea. We're just gonna, throw everything we got at it and see what works. And I'm sure we will continue to evolve as a band. And we want every album to have its own identity and have its own feel. We never want to write the same album twice. But which direction until we start writing, I've got no idea yet.
That's pretty much everything that I got for you, man. Is there anything that I left off that you would like to touch on?
No, that's great. Thank you.
And where can people find you guys on the social media, keep up with the music, keep up with tour dates and those types of things?
Yeah, just Instagram, Facebook, Twitter /Don Broco, donbroco.com.